Live from Alico Arena on the campus of FGCU, the Liberty Flames come down from the mountains of Virginia to take on the FGCU Eagles. Welcome inside, folks. John Vitas alongside former player and coach J. Webb Horton. And J. Webb, these teams come in with identical records of 11-6, and both offensively are led by little guys under 6 feet tall.
Well, Darius McGhee is the sizzle, the swizzle of the Liberty Flames. Just an outstanding scorer. And then you got FGCU, Tavian Martin, who has been a prolific scorer and a distributor. How Tavian goes, how Darius goes, that's who's going to win the ball game.
Let's take a look at the starting five. First for the Liberty Flames, coming down from Lynchburg, Virginia. This is a great and pretty experienced group. We talked about McGhee in the open. He's their leading scorer. But Shiloh Robinson has come on strong here over the last few games since ASUN play began.
And I tell you, Brody Peoples, the 6'2 freshman, has really given the quality minutes to Coach McKay and his staff.
And he's going to be coming off the bench in this one as we take a glance at the starting five for the home team, the FGCU Eagles, coming in with a record of 11-6 and coming off a couple of tough road losses. Dunmartin we highlighted in the open, but another terrific grad transfer in Matt Halverson has really helped this team out. He can really shoot it from the outside.
Well, I think that's why they put him in the starting lineup. If what we're seeing here on this chart is true to form, they need someone who can score, because FGCU, the last two ball games, they've had really slow starts. And obviously, the last ball game, shooting 1 for 20 from the three, that's why you have Halverson in there.
A veteran lineup for both teams, especially FGCU, as we have a terrific matchup of guards who can shoot it, they can distribute, they make good decisions. Dunmartin and McGhee will be a terrific one-on-one matchup to follow throughout this game. You see the big man getting set to tip. Kevin Samuel, the TCU transfer for FGCU, and Shiloh Robinson, the junior from Nebraska, losing the tip to Samuel. And Dunmartin at the controls for FGCU, returning home after a couple of tough results on the road. Got beat by more than 20 at Kennesaw State a couple days ago and lost on a buzzer beater to Jacksonville, but they have been a much better team here at home in 2021-22. McGhee with it now for Liberty. Flames looking to stay unbeaten so far in conference play. Offensive rebound, and they'll reset. This is Rode into the corner. Three on the way for Van Zant off the mark. Largey the rebound.
Well, Van Zant, one of the outstanding high school basketball players in the state of Texas.
He's a true freshman, 2,700 points in high school. Has earned more and more playing time throughout his true freshman season. Samuel defended by Rode. Taking Rode onto the block, shoots over him and missed terribly. And McDowell the rebound.
Well, I think Kevin's got to get down a little closer to the basket and turn in there where he can use that.
Yeah, Rode is giving up 4 inches in that matchup, but played him tough, kept him pretty far from that inside block. Bounce pass, here is Rode against the smaller Cato. Hands to McGhee. McGhee, the ASUN player of the year last season. On the baseline, flips it over the top to Rode. Cross court pass the other way. Open three for Robinson, and he got it before the shot clock hit 0.
Well, Shiloh Robinson shoots 26% from the three, but it didn't look like it then.
Well, he has been a whole new player since ASUN play began. Was averaging 8 points per game until the last 4. He's averaged 14 a game to get that average close to 10 for the season. Foul underneath. Samuel draws it as we take a look at Richie McKay in his 8th season overall with Liberty, but this is his second stint. He left Lynchburg to become the associate head coach under Tony Bennett at Virginia, and then returned to lead the Flames. And you see it there, 3 straight ASUN titles, both in the regular season and the postseason. Dunmartin with the ball fake. He'll shoot a 3. That one too strong, and McGhee the rebound.
Well, good ball movement there, just the ball didn't go in.
There's McDowell, defended by Largey. Bounce pass for Micaiah Abi. Abi with the reverse attempt, and Samuel smothers it.
Well, B must have forgot who was behind him.
Samuel is the ultimate rim protector. Cato's reverse layup no good. Samuel kept it alive for himself and draws the foul. Oh, he changes everything down low for FGCU as we take a look at Michael Fly. Now in his 4th season as the head man in Fort Myers. Spent close to a decade as an assistant coach with the Eagles under both Andy Enfield and Joe Dooley. And this year's team is certainly Coach Fly's best, again with a record of 11-6 so far this season. Samuel's first free throw, no good.
Well, what FGCU's men want to avoid is what happened with the women early on, although they won the game. You got to make free throws. And Kevin has, I know, been spending time in the gym working on them.
And missed both, under 50% for the year, and 0 for 2 there. So Eagles still looking for their first point, 2.5 minutes in. It's a 3-0 Flames lead. McGhee curling around, guarded by Largy. One-on-one, Halverson on the help. McGhee has to kick. Robinson gives it back to McGhee. Tough 3, and he got it. Darius McGhee from downtown.
Well, there's no such thing as a tough 3 from McGhee. They're all shots within his range of makeability.
Scored 41 points against Stanford. 3rd in the nation in total points. Darius McGhee. Here's Samuel turning through contact and laying it in.
He was 3 steps closer to the basket there, John. See the difference in productivity?
Yep, and going up against the sophomore. Here's Robinson over Samuel.
Whoa.
And somehow able to bank it in. Here's Cato running the floor. Dunmartin left alone. No good. Halverson on the weak side lays it in. A little pressure here from the Eagles as they get their legs under them.
A little token pressure here to just try to keep Liberty out of their
oh my
whoa.
goodness. Samuel stuffs it. Down the baseline they go. Abi is all alone for 3, no good.
No, you'll let them shoot that all day.
Here's Cato. Back to Samuel. The double team comes immediately. Largy gives it up. Halverson tees one up. Yes. Matt Halverson, a prolific 3-point shooter at Western Carolina, buries that one.
Well, now you see why he's in the starting lineup, because this is FGCU's best start in 2 ball games. Well, this is being the 3rd ball game.
McGhee in the face of Halverson. McGhee again.
Oh, that's not bad defense. That's just good offense.
After a slow start for both teams, this first 4 minutes has heated up in a hurry. Cato to Largy. Couple of guys who have been here for 3+ years. Cato getting through Robinson. Lays it up and in. Tough move from Caleb Cato.
Crafty move by a wily veteran, Caleb Cato.
He's a senior from nearby Cape Coral. Does have 1 more year of eligibility because of the pandemic. Look at McGhee step through, but he missed the finger roll.
Too close. You got to be about 30 feet farther out.
Dunmartin working on Van Zandt. Defers to Halverson, who just made a 3.
See, once again, you got to get some ball movement.
Cato lobs to Samuel. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Samuel over a B, lays it in.
Well, the big man's going to work. You know how I love to say sugar the bigs. We saw Liberty's women sugar their bigs and almost took them to a victory, but FGCU's got to just kick it inside.
Yeah, Samuel is a huge advantage for the Eagles no matter who they're playing, and has been that in these first 6 minutes. They left Robinson all alone for 3. Can't do that. Liberty back on top. Oh, end-to-end action here. Still waiting for our under-16 media timeout. That one got tapped out to Largy. He goes up left-handed, missed it. Van Zandt the rebound.
Looking for a little contact there, but no contact came. on the drive by Largy.
We haven't had a whistle in close to 3 minutes. McGhee pulls again. Not that time, high. Oh, he got the roll! Off the back of the rim and down. 3 triples before the first media timeout for McGhee.
Well, when you're a shooter, you're going to get those rolls.
He has made all 3 threes he's taken. Dunmartin trying to match him. Air ball, and that'll take us to a break. Boy, Darius McGhee, one of the best scorers in the country, showing us why early in Fort Myers. We'll be right back on ESPN+. See the student section here at FGCU, and we'll turn to Coach Horton. What are some keys to the game?
Well, Liberty, they got to be who they are. They don't change. Stay cool, calm, and collected. They got to make good decisions offensively and defensively, limit turnovers. FGCU, they got to hit the boards and then execute defensively and offensively, and they've got to value every possession.
Of course, Liberty runs the same pack line defense that made Virginia famous. Coach McKay coming over from Charlottesville, not too far to get from Charlottesville to Lynchburg. He's a West Coast guy, started his career on a few different schools out west, Portland State, Colorado State, and New Mexico, but he's found a home now in the mountains of Virginia and has put together a powerhouse mid-major program here with the Flames. Again, 3-time defending champs in the ASUN. There's McGhee, who was trying to hunt another shot. Samuel knocks that one away, but it goes out of bounds. They're going to say that it hit Liberty. Coach McKay pleading for possession there, but the official on his side was turned and headed back the other way.
He had already turned his back.
Yep.
So you got Luis Rolón running the point.
Can we call him a change of pace guy from Dunmartin?
Well, he's more of a distributor. Although, Tavion has done well distributing the ball.
There's the double. Samuel better get used to that. He turns towards the baseline and lays it up and in. Smart move by Samuel to turn away from the double team and score. Here's Rode. FGCU going to be all over him. Or McGhee, rather. McGhee, another long shot. Missed the iron. Rolón. Hands to Halverson. Well, we got some big-time shooters in this matchup, don't we? There's the lob for Samuel. Triple teamed. Cato. Zach Anderson in the game. Rolón, the bounce pass for Samuel. He fires one down low for Cato. Shot clock down to 5. Tough shot for Cato, drew the rim, but rebounded by Robinson.
Well, not a good possession by FGC's. Little helter-skelter there. Because Caleb had to throw up a shot because he knew the shot clock was going down.
McGhee, the bounce pass on the roll. Robinson had it swatted away by Rolón, but gets it back. Hands to Rode. Robinson gets around Samuel, over Rolón, and an offensive foul. That'll take us to our under 12 media timeout as the Flames 17 and FGCU 13. A nice turnout here for both the men's and the women's game today. This place was rocking at about 5:30 today as the FGCU women came back from a 14-point deficit in the second half to beat Liberty, and this one figures to be pretty darn good too. These are two of the top teams in the ASUN in terms of overall record. And J-Webb, I know you had a couple things circled there on your box score.
Well, FGCU is doing what I think they need to do, and that's pound the ball in the paint to Kevin Samuel. So they're +8 in the paint. The other thing is, hey, if you're Liberty, you got to be happy. You're 5 for 8 from the 3. You're 6 for 13 from the field. Hence a 4-point lead.
Now FGCU going to have to navigate this pack line defense, not something that every team runs, and Liberty always gets up and defends, both their men's and their women's team. Very highly regarded, both on the stat sheet and in the minds of the opposition. Allowing just 59 points per game this season are the Flames. Here's Dunn-Martin through traffic. Tough left-handed shot and a foul at the end. Gives him a chance at the line.
Well, once again, he created contact by going to the hole. If you aren't making threes, then that's what he's got to do, because there's really not a rim protector back there for Liberty. So he's going to be able to find the creases and get in there.
Dunn-Martin has a pretty good feel for when he does have to back it out because of his lack of size, and when to go for it and try and beat somebody to the spot and lay it in as he makes the first.
Well, see, that's one of his assets. He can shoot, he can make free throws.
Do the deep breath, transfer from Duquesne, but has found a new level here in Fort Myers. Second leading scorer in the conference behind Darius McGhee. So this
There's a lot of people behind Darius McGhee.
All but two in America, actually. He's third in the country in total points, top 10 in points per game at 21 points per game. Dunn-Martin, though, not too far behind at 19 and a half. Samuel with another steal. Here's Franco Miller Jr. in the game, transfer from Ole Miss, now in his second year in Dunk City. Anderson lobbing for Samuel. Down low, Anderson on the slip, scores.
Nice give and go there. Samuel to Anderson.
Samuel looks like a guy who has seen plenty of double teams in his day. He has handled it well. Van Zant gives it up. Here's the three from Brody Peebles, who buries it.
Did I tell you Brody Peebles would have a sighting?
The number 2 prospect in the state of Alabama last year, coming out of high school. Scored 3,000 points in his high school career. Rolone getting downhill, uses the glass and banks it in.
Well, Rolone showing a little penetration there.
This game's got a nice pace to it right now. Both teams able to get the ball through the hoop. Rode couldn't get around Anderson. Bounce pass on the baseline. And he stepped out of bounds, a turnover. Andre Weir into the game for FGCU. Joined the Eagles midseason last year after transferring from Richmond. See Largy taking a seat.
6'11", has played some significant minutes, giving the big dog Kevin Samuels a break. He has the ability to score inside, but also all his shots.
Yeah, Weir has earned more and more time as this season's gone along. Rode on the box out there, and McGhee brings it up for Liberty. Van Zant's pinned to the corner, able to dribble through it. Peebles hunting a shot, gets through Anderson, got the shot off, but Weir has the board. Dunn-Martin looking to run. Dunn-Martin shimmying through the lane, lays it for Weir. Eagles back on top.
Love the big man running the floor.
Rode pulls the three, no good. Anderson the only man there for the rebound. Dunn-Martin a quick trigger, no. Oh, he gets that shot off in a hurry. Rode got downhill, and Weir pins it to the backboard, but Van Zant hangs with it and gives the Flames the lead right back.
Well, see, that's a good lesson for any young player, male or female, watching the ball game. Hey, stick with the ball, because the block, what happened there was bingo. Layup, rebound, score.
Yeah, and Rode just snuffed that play out pretty quickly. McGhee and Largy bump, and the foul is going to go on Cyrus Largy.
Well, see, you got to play defense with your feet, not with your hands.
We'll step aside. Back and forth ball game here at Alico Arena. FGCU and Liberty trading blows here in the opening half. We've gone back and forth over the last few minutes, and it's a 1-point lead for Liberty at the moment. Trying to stay perfect so far in conference play.
Well, right now, FGCU's got 10 points in the paint, but hey, why are the Liberty Flames ahead? They are 6 for 10 from the three. So they're 22 points. Most of them are from where? The three-point line.
And it does seem like FGCU has made that more of a focus on the defensive end the last few minutes to try and stretch out a little further. Rhodes bounce pass inside, and a nifty finish by Robinson to go over the top.
We're challenged that. I mean, it wasn't like it was uncontested. See, right now, you got to have more ball movement. They got to space the floor and get the ball moving. You can't have people dribbling the ball.
Dunn-Martin, bounce pass, Weir, scoring plus the foul. So Weir with a chance for a three-point play, picking up the slack with Samuel off the court at the moment. J-Web, I got a stat for you on Liberty, which really jumped out when we looked at all their terrific numbers. Since joining the ASUN 5 years ago, they are 4-10 in the state of Florida. They are 38-7 against everybody else in conference play.
Well, that may be their record in the state of Florida, but they'll take those 3 ASUN championships, won't they?
Oh, of course. Especially if they're the 1 seed. The campus site would be theirs if they were the top seed. Of course, the ASUN hosting their tournament on campus sites.
Which I think is a good move for mid-majors.
See Coach McKay not thrilled. Bounce pass underneath. A B, got some guys flying around. Oh, look at Weir, ripped that one away.
I'm telling you, the kid can play.
Anderson changing directions, missed the bank shot. Weir kept that one alive, and Largy gets inside between 2 red jerseys. Dunn-Martin from the logo, too strong. Anderson keeping it alive, but Peebles eventually hauls it in for Liberty. McGhee using the screen. McDowell tees one up. Back of the rim, and Weir is there. Here's a lob ahead of the pack, and it's swatted away by Robinson.
Well, see, you don't need that pass right there. You don't need that pass. You're in a tight ball game, okay? If the guy's wide open, let it fly.
Isaiah Warfield comes in for the first time for the Flames, sophomore from Pennsylvania.
But see, nice blow there Weir gave Kevin Samuel.
Yeah, they didn't lose too much. Here's Dunn-Martin from the corner. Back of the rim, no good. Stepping into one. That one down and out from Keegan McDowell.
And Keegan McDowell can flat out shoot from the 3.
Yeah, top 20 in the country in three-point percentage, 45%. Halverson is short. We mentioned all the shooters in this game. There are at least 3 or 4 on each side who can shoot it from beyond the arc at a high clip.
Well, right now both teams want makers. They don't want shooters. And that's what FGCU needs. They need to put some balls in the hole.
Bounce pass. Oh, tough angle for McGhee. Went over the side of the backboard and still caught some rim, but no good. Lob inside. Samuel on the block. No, good defense that time from Robinson. That's a shot.
I don't know if that's good defense. It's just a missed shot.
Yeah, that's a shot.
You got to make that shot.
Yeah, he'll make that more than he misses it. Peebles turning through Cato, hangs in the air, didn't get the roll.
There's a lot of bad shooting that broke out in this good, very, very good playing movie.
Yeah, these two teams are 3 for their last 17. Ahead of the pack, Robinson throws it down. Shiloh Robinson gives the Flames a 2-point lead.
I mean, scoring has gone away the way of the Buffalo.
There's Samuel putting his head down again, and a foul is called, a block. against Robinson.
Well, that's going to get called every time.
That is the 6th team foul against Liberty, so no free throws. As Austin Ritchie comes in for the first time. Spent some time at 3 different colleges, Northern Illinois, Triton College, and Tulsa. And now FGCU, so 4 different schools for Mr. Ritchie, who has brought some toughness to this Eagles team.
He is a one tough hombre.
There's Cato, long 2, rebounded McDowell. McGhee had it poked away by Rolone, and they're going to get him for a reach.
Well, see, once again, move your feet. You can't be reaching. If you're reaching, you ain't listening to the preaching. And the preaching is move your feet and keep the guy in front of you. With Darius McGhee, you got to keep the guy in front of you, and you got to keep your hands up. Because if you reach, he will go by you. I mean, when you're playing against the player of the year, you better play solid defense.
And McGhee making a bid to be the player of the year again, leading the conference in scoring. And Rolone got his hand on the ball that time and knocked it out of bounds.
Well, that means that if you poked it from behind, the guy in front, the guy you were guarding was in front of you. So you got a lucky swipe.
Liberty going to inbound with only 5 seconds on the shot clock. And Rolone intercepts it, spins the other way. Ahead of the pack, he gives it up. Ritchie with 1 dribble and a lay-in.
Smart. When a big man runs the floor, give him the ball. Sugar the big.
Yeah, Rolone is an assist guy and came up with 1 in transition there. McGhee gives it up. Warfield, the extra pass. McDowell going to drive. He kicks a B down the baseline. Off the glass. Samuel there to clean it up. 26 apiece, under 4 to play in the first half. Cato backing it out, resets to Rolone. Cato a 3, it's good. Caleb Cato gives FGCU the lead back.
Well, FGCU needed that.
Oh, McGhee forgot the ball. Halverson took it away. Halverson ahead of the pack, lays it up, and gets the roll. Couple of transition buckets for the Eagles have given them a 5-point lead.
And there are people that have questioned Halverson's defense. This young man plays hard on offense and defense.
A terrific addition for this FGCU team, finding himself in the starting lineup now. Look at Peebles, step back and drill it.
Okay. He's a baller.
He's a freshman, Brody Peebles.
When your name is Brody Peebles, you better be able to shoot. I love that name.
Rolone on McGhee, pulls up, missed it short, it's tapped out. Here comes Halverson to it. Fresh 20 for FGCU. Halverson wanted to shoot, Peebles knows that move. Samuel to a cutting Cato.
Samuels, see, play inside out. Go through the big man.
7 points for Cato to join Halverson atop the Eagles list. McGhee, the step back. No good.
That was a pushback.
McGhee made his first 3. He's now missed 2. Ritchie goes high for it. Ritchie pulls the 3. Not that time. And then a trip. Did Peebles touch it?
Well, there was.
He did.
Well, his 2 Liberty teammates bumped into each other.
So it'll be Eagles ball when we come back. 1:51 remaining in the opening half between FGCU and the Flames. John Vitas, J. Webb Horton welcoming you back to Fort Myers as we look at these last few buckets from FGCU. They've opened up their largest lead of the game at 4 points. Halverson, Cato, and in transition, Ritchie scoring for Michael Fly's team, and they've got themselves the advantage here within the final 2 minutes of the half. Rolone all the way through, lays it in. Well, he is not a scorer, Jay Webb, and Liberty played him like he wasn't a scorer there.
Well, this is the Rolone we saw last year. Making good decisions because he can penetrate and go to the hole.
It is a 6-point lead for FGCU. Their largest lead, Liberty's largest lead, also 6. A B, a lot of dribbling, gives it up. Peebles for three, not that time.
Anytime Brody Peoples miss, people want to have a congressional investigation.
Samuel across court, Halverson in the corner, you bet. Matt Halverson stretching the Eagle lead. It's a 9-point advantage for FGCU. Baseline cut, Van Zant's.
Man, he took about 2 or 3 dance steps there.
Yeah, he's trapped and he stepped on the line and it's FGCU ball.
Oh, he passed it there. Passed it to McDowell, who stepped out of bounds.
That is 7 Liberty turnovers here in the first half.
FGCU's got to keep their pedal on the metal.
There's Cato turning, laying it up and in. Little 2-for-1 here for FGCU. And it's a double-digit lead for the Eagles. We have a 2-second, maybe a 1-second differential shot to game clock. So Liberty can almost hold for the final shot.
Well, what FGC does not want to do is foul a shooter. And I would back away a little bit here from Darius McGhee. Let him come to you.
Here comes McGhee trying to dunk it, and he's fouled by Samuel. Oh, the little guy going high over the 7-footer.
He didn't go high. He didn't go over him.
There's another look. Oh. McGee's first free throw is good.
Well, he's going to make the free throws. But I'm telling you, that was good block.
I just can't believe McGhee tried that.
He's the best player. Why would McGhee has a great amount of confidence. He's a great player. But, man.
Makes them both back to 9. Eagles have 6 seconds left to work with.
Well, that's a lifetime. See, you can go coast to coast when you got someone like Tavian Dunmartin. You can go 4.2 seconds baseline to baseline, unimpeded.
Here comes Dunmartin across half court, hands to Halverson. Halverson trying to draw contact, and he doesn't get the whistle. Both teams arguing for fouls there. Coach Fly coming over too, and well, it's getting chippy here at the end of the half. Officials trying to split up the two teams, but they're just trying to get to their locker rooms.
Well, they're calling a push off on one side. They're saying the kid got fouled here at the end of the game.
Well,
they are not discussing having dinner at Zeno, I'm telling you.
Contentious finish to that half. Both head coaches on the officials on that last possession.
I've never seen Richie McKay get that animated.
Eagles very fortunate that the rest of their guards have really played well, and they've got themselves 40 points in the first half against a team that only allows 59 a game.
Well, see, young men and young women watching the broadcast, it's not always about scoring. It's about doing other things, defense, and being positive, keeping your head up.
There's a feed inside. A triple team came, and Samuel bats it to himself.
Well, just a missed layup there by Vazant.
There's the handoff for Dunmartin. They get it right back to him. Definitely will be a focal point here in the second half. A world of talent and a big-time scorer. Cato back to Tavian. Right side, Halverson. Shot clock under 10. Van Zant all over him. Dunmartin fading away. Long two. Got the rim, but Robinson the strong rebound.
Well, he thought he might have had a little contact there. But that was not a good possession because they let too much on the perimeter and the shot clock ran down.
Oh, Cato poked it free. Did it hit McGhee? It did.
Cato does what Cato does. Creates chaos defensively that time.
I feel like Cato and Halverson both anticipate passes so well.
Well, see, if you're moving your feet and your hands are extended, good things happen.
Just over a minute into the second half. Samuel fires it cross court. Halverson stepped on the line before he got rid of it.
Well, the big dog should keep passes within his range of capability. I love the skip pass, but
a little too high.
A little too high.
Only 3 turnovers in the first half for FGCU, a big part of their lead. Liberty had 7, so 4 turnover advantage for FGCU. Rode trying to direct traffic. McGhee around the screen, shoots over Samuel and buries it. Darius McGhee starting the second half just as he did the first, red hot.
See, that's like a layup to him, that shot right there.
Yeah, 13 points for McGhee, who averages 21. Samuel fighting through 2 defenders, tried to dunk it, missed the dunk, and a strong two-handed rebound for Van Zandt. Here's McGhee all the way through, able to avoid the contact from Samuel. Apparently there was contact though, because then a foul call came in late. So McGhee with a chance for a 3-point play, and all of a sudden he has 15 points. I mean, a guy at about 5'9", able to avoid a 7-footer and score down low. Impressive. Makes the free throw, and all of a sudden it's down to a 4-point game.
Well, remember we said 9 points is not a big enough lead against this team. But FGCU's got to tighten up this offense, their offensive execution.
Here's Halverson for 3, too short. Cato in the corner, able to get it. Dunmartin for 3. Rebound tapped up in the air. Samuel tipped it to himself, but then had it ripped away. Keegan McDowell making a play and now pushing in transition. Here's McGhee. Rode using the screen. McGhee trying to look for contact, and he gets the whistle on Largy. 3 free throws coming for McGhee. I mean, it looked like he was looking for contact more than he was to make the shot there.
Second foul on Largy.
You see the students know exactly who to go after. I think they're going to review the shot to see if it was a 2 or 3-point attempt. Yeah, Coach Fly's got a lot to say right now to the officials. We saw that incident at the end of the first half where both coaches went right after the officials, but these are a couple of calls now in favor of McGhee that the Eagles do not like.
Well, like I said, they're trying to find if it was a 2 or a 3.
So the officials coming over to take a look. Either way, it's going to be free throws for the conference's leading scorer, and it will be 3 free throws for McGhee. Jay Webb coming into this game, and I know it's very, very early in conference play, but would you say McGhee and Dunmartin are probably the front runners for Player of the Year in the conference, going head-to-head tonight?
I mean, the kid up at whose name escapes me right now, the kid up at Kennesaw State, he's been balling really well. Jacksonville's got a guy that you know, has been nailing points. So yeah, I think it's a wide open race. But these two, because of reputation, you know, see, sometimes the hype is better than what happens.
And they're both just so much fun to watch. I mean, obviously they're smaller, both under 6 feet, but the ways they're able to score and do more than just score as well. I mean, watching them head-to-head today is something we've really looked forward to. Dunmartin listed at 5'8", 155 pounds. I mean, he's a featherweight boxer.
Yeah.
Here's Cato changing direction on McDowell. Lost it underneath, and it's off of McDowell.
See, once again, the FGCU's offense. And also, Russell, for Liberty, you don't want to dribble. You want to move the ball side to side, create some spacing so people can, if they want to, penetrate and go to the hole.
See, they took out part of the advertisement there on the padding. Dunmartin for Anderson. Anderson drives, tried to bank it in, missed the shot. A B gets it to McGhee. McGhee around Halverson, changes hands and draws the foul. Darius McGhee making a living at the free throw line early in the second half.
Well, see, that's what smart players do.
Yeah, most players who average 20 plus will get to the line a ton. McGhee already 6 for 6 at the free throw line. Make it 7 for 7.
Yeah, he's not going to miss free throws.
That one caught part of the iron, but drops, and Liberty has scored the first 10 points to start the second half. Here's Dunmartin extending well beyond the arc and couldn't hit. 0 for 10 from the field. Road. McGhee over Cato, and he got it. Darius McGhee, white hot for Liberty.
Well, you're going to need a timeout right now if I'm FGCU.
24 points for McGhee, and a timeout called by FGCU. We will step aside. You're watching ASUN College Hoops. It's a 13-0 Liberty run to start the second half. They have opened up a 4-point lead on FGCU. And J-Webb, we talked to Coach McKay with Liberty, and he talked about keeping guys at Liberty for their entire career. Not repeatedly, as Samuel misses the layup and then throws it down.
A dunk.
So first bucket of the half for FGCU belongs to Samuel, but they develop guys. They want guys to get significantly better year after year, and that's been the case for McGhee. Averaged 7 points per game as a freshman and now averaging 21 as a senior. There's a nice feed inside and a nifty finish for Van Zandt. When you look at most teams around college basketball, they are filled with transfers. Not so much for Liberty. These guys have been here, they've played together. Halverson from the corner, too short. Van Zandt the rebound.
Well, see, it comes down to, once again, FGCU starts out not making shots, Liberty making shots.
McGhee stepping back and drilling another. Darius McGhee unconscious in Fort Myers.
Well, he's just he's a great ball player. And FGCU's got to find a way to, 7 points is not a big lead. Right now, they just got to hold the fort and find a way to keep the ball out of his hands. But teams that shoot threes, you can't stop shooting threes.
27 points with 15 minutes to go. Cato from straight on, no. McGhee went for 41 against Stanford, and that is in play at this point. He's had 11 20-point games this year. Again, he's averaging more than that, and in more than half the games, he's gone over 20. McDowell curling around a screen.
There's a moving pick.
Yeah, offensive foul on Road.
Now, see, I like the fact that Road is asking the official, what did I do? See, because you want to know, were my feet set or were my feet moving, my shoulders?
We'll take a quick break here in Fort Myers. It's Liberty 49, Eagles 42. Eagles fans trying to get their team back on track. They have slipped quickly here in the second half. They were up 9 at the break. They're down 7 with 14-11 remaining in the game. I guess that's the good news, J-Webb, is they've got time to come back.
Well, 14-10 is a lifetime I mean, 4 minutes and 10 seconds is a lifetime, but right now it comes down to execution offensively. And you can move the ball all you want. If the open guy doesn't make the shot, then that's a bad possession. So right now, the Eagles need people to make shots, and they got to score.
Dunmartin gets the whistle, so he'll go to the line.
Well, see, he's got to take the Darius McGhee path. That's start driving. I mean, Food is good at the foul line as it is from the three-point line. It's good food.
Points are points, right?
Points are points, man. Right now, when you're down, you need points.
All 3 Dunmartin points now are from the line.
And he will start hitting his shots. When you least expect it, all of a sudden, ba-ding, ba-ding.
Yeah, right now, the FGCU men trying to take a page out of the women's playbook. They were down 14 about midway through the second half against Liberty earlier today and came back to win that game. The men's program down 5.
Now seeing a little press action by FGCU.
They get it into a beat. And McGhee is...
McGee's, well, Large, you cannot have your hands on a guy that far away from the ball. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, Largy was all over him and gets whistled for the foul. That is already 4 team fouls against the Eagles, and Cato will quickly come back in for Largy.
I mean, you get that close to someone in Central Park, New York, they arrest you.
Peebles bounce pass. A B didn't have the ankle.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's something sitting on the free throw line right now. Somebody's brace. There, a B picks it up. It's his finger brace. McDowell with Anderson on him. Shot clock down to 10 already. Into the corner it goes. A B will thought about it. 5 to shoot.
Well, a B's not going to be shooting a 3.
Fadeaway 2 is no good. Good defensive possession for the Eagles. Van Zandt couldn't hit. Anderson tasked with guarding McGhee on that possession.
You see, that's one of those, I don't know if that was a good defensive possession or just bad offense by Liberty.
Yeah, couldn't get anything going. This is Rolone.
See, once again, you got to find people here.
Cato, Dunmartin, back to Cato. On the drive, lays it in. Double digits.
Does that well.
Double digits for Cato. He has 11. Leads FGCU.
Sometimes the old-fashioned way, you just got to play defense and get up in people's grill.
McGhee off the mark there. Eagles with the ball in a 1-possession game. There's Dunmartin, had it blocked, but Rolone able to recover it for the Eagles. Rolone down the lane, able to shake the defender and score, and it's an offensive foul.
Well, see, now there was one saying a block and one saying offensive.
Coach Fly coming over to talk to John Adanasov, the official. The 2 officials stared at each other there and were kind of in between on what to call, and it was eventually called an offensive foul, and that was the reason for the excessive crowd reaction, was because the crowd knew that neither ref was really sure.
And I don't think it was a bad call.
3-point game. McGhee gets the foul on Cato. Not a ton of contact there, but you see Coach Fly is about as upset as he's been tonight.
He's standing there refereeing Darius McGhee like he's Michael Jordan.
Peebles pushed his way through, and that's an offensive foul. And of course, the sarcastic applause.
Well, there was a lot of acting on the part of the Eagle player there.
Yeah, there's a lot of jawing right now from both benches.
Not jawing. He was just.
And Rolone scores plus the foul. Luis Rolone coming alive tonight against Liberty. He'll have a free throw to tie the game when we come back. You're watching ASUN College Hoops on ESPN+. Here's another look at that last call. Rolone earning the three-point opportunity, and he'll have a chance to cash in on that third point here out of the timeout. But J-Webb, this is the first time all year that Luis Rolone has hit 6 points.
Well, he's getting back in the game shape. He'd been hurt, had a surgery last year, surgery over the summer, been working his way back in, showing really good Luis Rolone basketball.
Yeah, he's a guy who will routinely have more assists than points when he comes into the game. But tonight he is scoring. He's been given some opportunities, and all of a sudden he has 7 points for FGCU.
7 needed points.
This game is tied again. Full court pressure from FGCU. McGhee will dribble through it. They've taken turns guarding Darius McGhee. No one's had all that much luck. A game high 27 for the senior. McDowell to Robinson. Robinson trying to get around Samuel. He cannot, and somehow able to bank it off the rim and in.
Nice move by Robinson.
Wasn't exactly a feathery finish, but
no, but he once again has that strength to finish.
Dunmartin with the fancy dribbles into red jerseys. Off the backboard, no. Make it 0 for 12. McGhee, the help comes, missed it badly. Samuel ahead to Dunmartin. Rolone left alone, and he got it! Luis Rolone in the double figures for FGCU, and he gives him the lead.
Luis Rolone with a 3. He is feeling it, my brother.
I don't think Luis Rolone double-digit points was on the bingo board tonight.
Right. That's why you don't bet on basketball.
Here's Rhodes circling around. Richie in the game defending him.
Do you think they were saying, go ahead and let Luis Rolone shoot the 3?
And an offensive foul as Van Zant lowered his shoulder. Weir and Halverson back in for FGCU.
Well, see, now you got 2 scores coming in off the bench. Weir inside and Halverson outside.
Oh, this one's shaping up to be a good one. 1-point game midway through the second half. Rolone continuing to get some run. Oh, and he lost it, but is able to save it. No look pass to Richie. Richie tries the 3. No good. A B has the board. McDowell got by his man. The floater is up. Back of the rim, no. Weir taps it towards the corner, and it's out of bounds. Who did it touch last? Apparently off of Richie. No possession by Richie, so the shot clock resets to 20 for Liberty.
I think the FGCU fans are seeing the real FGCU basketball team.
Yeah, this is how they've looked for most of the season. McGhee's 3 goes down, and it's 30 points for Darius McGhee.
Well, he's just one of those people. And Rolone, you can't get much closer.
Rolone circling through into the corner. Cato, contact, and a block is called. You see Robinson not thrilled. Both teams nearing the bonus, but not there yet.
Sets back to 20 seconds.
Yeah, both teams now with 6 team fouls, so we'll be seeing some free throws here down the stretch. Rolone snaps one to Cato, back to Rolone. Lobs to Weir, and Weir lost it.
See, you got to be really careful giving the ball to big men when they're moving. You know, let them get set where they can just pick and go up. Now, does Weir have the hands to handle that? Yes, he does. But that's tough in traffic for bigs.
As Cato is on McGhee again. Here's Warfield, got by Rolone. Weir on the help, reverse layup, no good. Robinson trying to keep it alive, and he does. McGhee from near half court. Oh, goodness! Darius McGhee from Miami.
Well, I don't know if it's from Miami, but that was Steph Curry range there.
33 for McGhee. Cato into traffic. Ritchie open in the corner. Didn't get the roll. McGhee steps on the gas, working on Rolone. Now,
I mean, if I was him, I'd just shoot it.
there he goes. McGhee again, not that time. B is colliding with Halverson. And I think they got Halverson on that foul, which would be free throws for Liberty. And it is on Halverson, so a 1-and-1 for the Flames when we come back. Darius McGhee has opened up a 5-point lead for Liberty. Darius McGhee has no conscience, and he has limitless range. 33 points, 7 for 12 from beyond the arc, a couple assists to go with it. FGCU is doing their best to try and get in front of him, but sometimes it just doesn't matter.
Well, he's one of the best. This is one of the best performances put on by a player in a Alico Arena in a long time.
We mentioned that earlier this year, McGhee scored 41 against Stanford. That is his career high. Still 8 away from that, but we also have 8 minutes to play, so we'll keep an eye on that. Eagles going to do everything they can to try and stop him. B is at the line shooting a 1-and-1 after the Halverson loose ball foul, and he missed it. There's a break for the Eagles.
Well, you want to be on the free throw line. 7:53, lifetime.
FGCU trying to avoid going to 1-3 to start conference play. Here's the lob for Samuel. Turning in on a B, and a B bear hugged him. They're going to give Samuel 2 free throws.
Well, he slipped and hit his head. He sort of took the chair out from under his, you know?
Yeah. I mean, a fouling Samuel is going to be not a mistake, but a strategy.
Well, on that one, he was trying to turn and plunk it in.
We know Samuel shoots below 50% from the line, but I believe he's going to get 2 shots here. Yes, 2 shots rather than 1-and-1. Samuel 1 rebound and 2 points away from a double-double tonight. And that one a little too strong. Samuel also has 2 blocks. He's led the Big 12 in block shots in his time at TCU and is leading the ASUN as well. Guy will usually go for 3 or 4 blocks each night. A big-time rim protector, but trying to figure it out here from the stripe. And he's now 0 for 4 from the charity stripe.
7:35. FGCU obviously got to ratchet up this defensive stance right now.
2 guys up top to deal with McGhee. Wants to be alone with Cato. Shakes him, puts up the floater, and scores again. And that was too easy.
Well, see, there's no weak side. Someone on the weak side help's got to come and help him on that.
Cato didn't necessarily lose him, but he got downhill too easily. Samuel goes up strong on the rebound and will go back to the line. 8-0 Liberty run. to put them up 7. Eagles haven't scored in 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Samuel trying to end that. And he can't. A B quickly back in as Kyle Rode has picked up his 4th foul. Largy and Rode now both with 4. And the struggles continue. Rebound for McDowell.
Still just got to keep your head up and still play defense.
A B backing down his guy, kicks to Robinson. Fires for a B. Got Samuel in the air, goes around Rolone, and Anderson with a strong rebound, and Eagles pushing tempo. Samuel running the floor, had it knocked away by Liberty. That was Vincent.
Well, see, once again, you're down 7. You're running the floor. There's 3 red shirts and 1 white shirt. You may want to pull it back out and run some offense.
They get it into Anderson on the cut, and he lays it home.
See, there's that man-to-man out of bounds. Guy slips through a layup.
Full court pressure from FGCU. Vincent, the freshman, defers to a B. McGhee couldn't get free there. A B resets McDowell, a long hoist, back of the rim. All Eagles for the rebound. Oh, and then Samuel threw it away.
Well, see, you got to love when a B's running your offense if you're FGCU.
Well, they say it was tipped, so it will be Eagles
it's
ball.
FGCU ball. Now, see, here's a chance to cut this back into livable areas if you're FGCU.
Rolone crosses it over for Dunmartin.
Well, see, you got to move the ball.
There's the lob, Samuel the double, and a foul is called. So they are going to go ahead and just give the foul on Samuel to force him to make free throws.
See, at some point you may have to take Samuel out of the ballgame and substitute offense for defense. Because Weir can make free throws.
Yeah, that's the key. And Weir has shown that he is very capable in the game flow as well. Came in and had 5 points and 3 rebounds in just 5 minutes of action in the first half. That's the front end of a 1-and-1, and it was missed, and Liberty able to save it along the end line and get it to McGhee. So the strategy works there. Liberty maintaining a 5-point lead here in the second half. And here comes Weir to the scorer's table. Rolone on McGhee. They give it up to Robinson. And Samuel fouled him on the floor, which will give the Flames a 1-and-1. And there is Weir, who is about to come in. He'll take out Samuel, and Robinson will shoot the free throw. See his guys picking him up after a tough night at the line. Robinson missing a free throw as well. Here's Anderson into the corner. Dunmartin lobbing for Anderson. Almost had it stolen. Anderson now down the baseline, has room, and draws the foul.
Zach Anderson, more than adequate free throw shooter, about 70%. He's up to 60%. I'm sorry, my bad.
Anderson has started quite a few games this year for FGCU. One of their younger players, just a sophomore. Very versatile player. They talk about Anderson guarding all 5 spots on the court.
He's a problem because he can score from the outside, inside, and he can put the ball in the hole by dribble penetration.
And he gets both free throws to cut it to a 3-point game.
See, now it's just grit. true grit, whether you're in the red or whether you're in the blue and white.
Yeah, these two teams have played some good ones since Liberty's joined the conference. There's McGhee in front of his own bench, too strong. Had a good look there. Dunmartin steps back, his three is good. Might have shuffled his feet, but the Eagles will take it. It's a game-tying three for Dunmartin.
If you're gonna make one, it might as well be then.
That's his first basket of the night. He missed his first 13 shots. Underneath, McGhee on the reverse with the answer. And a timeout taken by Richie McKay. We will step aside. Liberty has regained a 2-point lead here in Fort Myers. John Vitas and J. Webb Horton coming to you live from the campus of FGCU. This has been a tremendous doubleheader between Liberty and FGCU. Both women's programs had just one loss all season. That one came down to the final minute. This one has a similar type of feel. FGCU with the ball down 2 points with 4:25 to go. That was our quote-unquote under 4 media timeout. So no more commercials until the end of regulation. So we'll keep it here the rest of the way. FGCU trying to get a big win here at home against the team that has dominated this conference over the last 3 years, and that one a little too far for Caddo.
Well, what did we say down the stretch? Execution of offense, and you cannot have mistakes. That's a critical mistake right there when you're down 2.
Yes, only the 7th turnover tonight for FGCU, but came at a bad time with a chance to tie or take the lead. Here's that Eagle pressure again. Rode fires it ahead to Robinson. Robinson's been perfect today, 6 for 6 from the floor. The only other flame in double figures besides McGhee. Rode, McGhee around the screen. Samuel coming out to guard him. McGhee has to snap one to Robinson. And look at this, Samuel's guarding McGhee. McGhee has another.
Wow.
40 points for Darius McGhee.
He is putting on a show.
Caddo from the corner, he answers. Caleb Caddo cuts the margin in half. Or check that, down to 2. Robinson thought about it, Rode on the cut. Rhode's layup is no good, and Samuel gobbles up his 14th rebound. Rolone, Caddo with a head of steam. Dunmartin, double teamed. Fires one to Samuel. Look at the ball movement from FGCU. It sticks with Dunmartin midway through the shot clock.
Well, they got to get back into the offense here.
Dunmartin on the drive, into contact, and there's the travel call as he tried to get rid of it at the last second, but didn't get enough contact and couldn't get the shot off.
Well, it comes down, FGC needs to stop here with 2:54 to go in this second half.
Darius McGhee with his second 40-point game of the season. Eagles need to get a body on number 2, maybe 2 or 3. Anderson now guarding McGhee. And everybody's taking their turn. Van Zandt lost it underneath. Is there a foul? No.
FGCU ball.
Eagles forced the turnover. Robinson can't believe it.
Well, see, when you drive, you got to have a plan. When you get down there and have no plan, bad things happen.
Two and a half to go. Rolone getting some critical minutes here for FGCU. In the corner, Caddo tees up another! Caleb Caddo heating up for FGCU. Gives the Eagles the lead.
I think Richie said, what was that, a guess?
On the other end, on the Robinson play, here's McGhee. Look at the attention he's drawing.
Well, he better get some attention.
Well, he's within range. The step back 3. Oh, goodness! 43 for Darius McGhee. Oh, and a bucket on the other end as Rhodes stole the inbound. And just like that, it's a 4-point Flames lead.
It's his 4-point. Has FGCU up 65-64.
They gave the bucket to the wrong team. I think they're going to have to switch that. Here is Dunn Martin over the backboard, no good.
66-65. Liberty.
I believe Liberty should have 68s. They are coming over to clear that up, but they are going to play on here with 1:22 to go. Here's McGhee down the lane into double coverage. Throws it up with the left hand. What can Darius McGhee do? A left-handed floater to extend the lead. And now they will stop play. They make sure the scoreboard is correct. I believe it is 70-65 Liberty. I mean, what do you do if you're the Eagles? You cannot stop McGhee. This is one of the best individual performances we've seen here in this gym. As they're going to clear up the score and check with the book, which is always the official score. And I believe they gave the steal by Rode and the layup. They gave the bucket to FGCU on the scoreboard and then erased that and never gave the 2 points to Liberty, which would make it 70-65. That's what the official stats have. But everybody a little confused because there's 1:08 remaining, and so neither team can really draw up a play until they know what the score is. They're going to look at the video to make sure they have it right, but the official stats say 70-65, and that's what I have as well. But I mean, have you ever, left-handed floater, have you seen that before?
Really?
In traffic from a guy who, of course, is right-handed?
I mean, the guy's on fire. So anything's going to go in when you're on fire.
I mean, some of these shots don't even seem like they're actually hitting the net. They're just dropping straight through.
All they got to do is go through.
And so they're taking some time here.
All they got to do is go through.
By the way, the scoring table here at FGCU does a phenomenal job. This is a very rare mistake that has come at an interesting time where they are going back to check the scoring. That you can see what the officials are looking at, and it was that quick steal off the inbound, which our cameras didn't capture. Rode stole it, laid it in, and they gave the bucket at the time to the Eagles rather than Liberty. But J-Web, if you're FGCU and you're not able to pull this out, do you just chalk this up to a legendary offensive performance, a guy who goes for 45, or is there more to it? Are there more you feel like FGCU could have done if they're not able to pull this out?
No, I mean, the guy came in and put up a historic performance. So when you look at the score sheet, I mean, who else has scored for Liberty?
Robinson is 14.
14. Anybody? What else?
Everybody else with 6 or less.
I rest my case. You just, you ran into one of those special players who just gave you a reason to say you're the best player in the conference.
The scoreboard here still says 68-65.
It should not take that long. I mean, this is numbers.
Right.
This is not the Pythagorean theory we're trying to figure out from before the beginning of time.
Did you bring your abacus today? Now the problem, I think the problem they're probably running into here is that the scoreboard on the broadcast is directly linked to the score on the scoreboard. So if the officials are relying on our graphic to do the math, it's not going to be right. So there you see the officials watching the game back. Coach McKay has kind of been walking around here. You can't really drop too much if you don't know what the score is.
Well, he knows it's in their favor.
Yeah.
And I think it's 70-65.
And they did come over and say 70-65. So we had it. We had it all the way. So after all that, the Eagles will have the ball down 5. Here's Cato. His man fell. Swings it to Dunmartin. Tough angle from the corner. Back of the, or side of the backboard, no. Not the shot they were looking for. And McGhee will burn some clock with less than a minute to go. Here's McGhee on the drive. Cato fell. He goes over Weir and scores again. 46 points for Liberty. Or for McGhee for Liberty. And a whistle here after the bucket with 42.8 on the game clock. So they're going back to the monitor. There you see the numbers for McGhee, 8 for 14 from 3. We'll have to try and put this all into historical perspective in terms of Liberty records. But you got to think, with McGhee going over his career high, he had 41 earlier this season, as we mentioned, and going over that here. He actually has 46. They haven't updated the numbers yet. So 46 on 15 of 24 from the field. So right around 60% from both 2-point range and 3-point range. He's also 8 for 8 from the free throw line. This is now an 8-0 Liberty run over a minute 23. And as if McGhee hadn't done enough through the first 35 minutes of this game, he has made the last few buckets for Liberty here in the final 2 minutes. And again, this is a guy we talked about, has gotten better in each of his 4 seasons with the Flames. Averaged 7 points per game as a freshman. Only saw that number rise in each of his 4 years, and came into today averaging over 21 points per game. He averaged 15.5 last year as a junior. He's played in the NCAA tournament multiple times and is going to continue to lead this Liberty team, deep into March. And hopefully he gets the chance to show this type of ability against a bigger team on a bigger stage in mid-March. The Eagles have to score on this possession, down 7. Dunmartin drives, hangs and hits, and a quick timeout from Michael Fly in what is now a 5-point game.
Good move by TDM.
So FGCU going to apply some pressure, try and get a steal, and then foul.
Well, you got to apply pressure quickly. If you can't get the steal, you got to foul. But you got to pick someone who doesn't shoot free throws well. And that would not be Darius McGhee.
McGhee has shot 83% or better from the free throw line every year of his career at Liberty.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to foul him.
So they're going to inbound here with 35 to go. McGhee across midcourt into the corner. Peebles feeds, and there's the dunk.
Yeah, that's it.
The exclamation point for Shiloh Robinson, who's got 16 for the Flames. And it looks like they're going to come on the road here to Fort Myers and get an impressive victory. It's going to take a lot now for the Eagles in what is a 3-possession game. Largy hands to Dunmartin, gets across midcourt, probably looking for a 3. Here's Cato curling around. His fadeaway 3 goes down. Makes it a 4-point game with 21.9 to play.
If you can get a turnover, you still got a chance here. Oh, no.
McGhee ahead of the pack, goes up strong and finishes left-handed. 2 more to total it at 48 for McGhee. It's swatted away by Van Zandt. FGCU gets it back. Dunmartin again across midcourt. Inside into traffic, and a foul is called. My, oh my, oh my, 48 in a college game. Have you seen that before?
Yeah. I mean, but Darius, not in this gym, but Darius McGhee has shown you why he's the best player in the ASUN conference. Why he was player of the year last year.
Dunmartin makes the free throw. That puts him into double digits. But coming in, that was the lead. McGhee versus Dunmartin, the top 2 scorers in the conference, and McGhee has stolen the show.
Oh, he's stolen the show a lot of places. First time people at FGCU have seen him put on this kind of performance. But, hey, when you play special players, they do special things.
Kyle Rode draws the foul, so he'll get 2 free throws. Still a 4-point game.
Well, Rhodes he'll knock these down.
Largy just fouled out, so they'll get a little break here to replace him. Ritchie checking in for the Eagles. Stay tuned after the game. Michael Fly will join us here on the broadcast. We are told that this is a Liberty program record with 48 points for McGhee. And Rode connects on the first free throw. And gets the second as well. Dunmartin across midcourt. Hands to Cato, contested 3 is good. Caleb Cato drops it in from 25 feet plus to make it a 1-possession game with just under 2 seconds to play.
Well, 1.7, you got to steal and score.
So Coach Fly obviously needs a steal, a quick pass, and a 3.
It's got to be a steal and a 3, 1.7.
The only other way would be if Liberty misses both, and then you have a full court heave.
Yeah, see, now this is where men's basketball was 4 quarters, 1.7. You could move the ball to half court.
Which we saw happen a couple times in our women's game earlier today. Liberty calling a timeout, advancing the ball to midcourt, but not the case here. And so FGCU will really sell out for the steal here. It's their best opportunity. But like you said earlier, Jay, I think this is a much better indication of the type of team FGCU is, that they just lost 2 really disappointing games on the road, one on a buzzer beater and a one.
Well, the buzzer beater, I mean, you can live with, you don't like losses, but you can live with that because the guy heaved in from half court. But the frustrating thing from a coaching perspective is, Kennesaw State, you just couldn't do anything. And Coach Fly and the staff was trying to push this button and make adjustments. But tonight you just got beat by a performance by an outstanding young man named Darius McGhee. End of story.
They run the football play here. McGhee could not get open. Now they do get it to him, and he's going to find some real estate and dribble out the clock. It's a 3-point win for the Liberty Flames on the road in a game that featured 48 points from Darius McGhee. An all-time performance, the Liberty school record, as Darius McGhee, who is top 10 in the nation in scoring average, number 3 in the nation in total points, lives up to the resume and then some here tonight, coming to Alico Arena and going for 48 as he gets a lot of congratulations here, including from our man Jay Webb. Did he say anything interesting?
You got to give props to the man who deserved props tonight.
An incredible performance from McGhee, who goes for 48.